Berlin, Germany. So much history, so much tragedy, suffering, and violence. But today there's so much hope, redemption, and renewal. If Berlin had a nickname, it might be called the City of the Second Act. Berlin once again became the capital of the reunited Federal Republic of Germany on October 3, 1990, following the collapse of the East German Communist government. Berlin is a big city. The population is 3.5 million. The first and last place many visitors see in the city is the Central Rail Station, the Hauptbahnhof, opened in 2006. The five-level station, which cost over 700 million euros, is emblematic of the new Berlin, a key feature in the city's second act. It's modern and beautifully designed and engineered. The station is near the government center of the city. You can see the parliament, the Reichstag, less than a half a mile away. It was built in 1890. After a suspicious arson fire in 1933 at the beginning of the Nazi era, heavy bomb damage during the Second World War, and the Cold War communist era, the derelict building was ready for its second act. It came in 1990 when Germany was reunited, and the decision was made to move the capital back to Berlin from Bonn. The building was restored, or perhaps reinterpreted. A glass dome was built to cover the lawmakers and give visitors a chance to walk to the top and observe from above. Nearby is the iconic Brandenburg Gate. It's the last of 14 gates that once controlled access through the city's defensive walls. The goddess of peace in a chariot drawn by 4 horses sits atop the gate, built in 1791. Napoleon liked it so much he had it moved to Paris in 1806, but the Germans took it back 7 years later. In modern times, the Nazi regime of Adolf Hitler shaped the city. He had monumental plans for the capital of the Third Reich, the Third German Empire. His megalomania led to monumental death and destruction. 2 museums document the awful things done at this time in the name of the state. The Memorial to the Murdered Jews in Europe, with its 5 acres of memorial stones, and the Topography of Terror Museum on the site of the headquarters of the dreaded Nazi secret police, the Gestapo, and the SS. After World War II, the city was divided, as was the country. There was the Communist East and the Democratic West. The divide was made manifest by a wall that separated the 2 parts of Berlin from 1961 to 1989. A few surviving sections of the Berlin Wall are left as a reminder of what it was like. Berlin today is mostly forward-looking. Construction cranes fill the skyline, symbolizing the changing face of the city and its second act. There are plenty of reminders of the past, like the giant communications tower built by the communists in 1969. The sun forms a blazing cross on the structure. Ironic, because the atheistic communist government had ordered crosses removed from church buildings, leading some to call this phenomenon God's revenge. Museum Island is another important reminder of the past. There are 5 world-class museums on the northern tip of the island, located in the middle of the River Spree. There's also the Berlin Cathedral and a large grassy park once used as a military parade ground. The museum complex was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999. It's a popular place to walk and relax. One man even makes his living using the elaborate manhole covers as the design for his t-shirt art. This is where visitors board the river tour boats, and on the opposite bank is Humboldt University. There are all sorts of ways to get around Berlin: subways, trains, trams, and buses. You can also take Segway and bike tours, like this group in the plaza in front of the Berlin Symphony, which is flanked by the German and French cathedrals. Berlin is well into its second act. It's an exciting time, not without its share of suspense and drama, but that's what makes it so vibrant and such an interesting place to visit.